Hello, welcome everybody. My name is Alex, and this is the Subnautics, and we're reviewing a Magsafe or just any type of magnetic accessory for your smartphone. This is the Mech wallet, and we were sent this by PunCube to review. It basically can snap onto the back of your phone, or you can actually just use this as a wallet, and it is pretty nifty. I've used this for more than a month now, and I have a lot of thoughts on this thing, so let's talk about it right now. And before we get too deep, I also wanted to thank PunCube for sending us this Mech wallet to review. They're not going to be watching this prior to publication, so all my thoughts are literally based on my month using this as a everyday carry. So let's jump into it right now. All right, so what is the PunCube Mech wallet? Well, let's take a look at it right now. That's what it does. It holds 5 to 6 cards, ID cards, credit cards, whatever you want, flat cards. You can basically stack them in, and then the mechanism here just pops in and out, just like that. Very neat, very cool, actually very smooth, which we'll talk about in 1 second. The Mech wallet, this one is called the Aluminium 6063. There is 2 models of it. There's a grade 4 titanium that costs significantly more, but this one is the aluminium version. And then there's also 3 different types of styles. So the styles literally is just this front design here. As you see these ridges, this kind of cross horizontal slash design with the PunCube logo squared out here. Well, this is called the Wasteland model. There's a horizon and a ripple one where it changes this. Then there's also 4 colorways, or I think 3 for the Aluminium 6063 model. So this is one of the colors there. This is one of the silver ones. And basically what this is like the name suggests, it's an aluminium wallet. So it's well built. It's actually pretty solid in terms of its material. It feels really nice. It's not too heavy as well. So this bottom level here, this 3rd layer on the bottom, is actually not attached to the wallet. So the wallet's actually relatively thin without it. It is something you can stick on, and it is included in the purchase. So PunCube gives you 2 options here. You can either use a clip, a belt clip, that also has this Nano-Gel sticky on it, or this Magsafe one where you can attach it to the back of your phone. So they do give you 2 options, which is really nice and really easy to slap on. PunCube does say that this nano gel is reusable, so you could actually keep it clean and pull it off, and you don't have to use a new sticker or anything. This nano gel kind of heals, and you can stick it back on if you choose to use it again and swap it with something else that has it. I've kept this on the whole time. I don't really use a belt clip, but the belt clip is pretty solid, and it is pretty nice to have this option. Anyway, so the wallet itself is relatively thin. The mechanism is the top 2 here, and I guess this is called the Wasteland Pinball Mechanical Action. And on the website, it's interesting because PunCube actually says this could be a fidget toy for adults. And honestly, I've been using it as a fidget toy. Even when I'm not pulling the wallet out to pay, sometimes I just pull it out of my pocket and I just kind of slide it up like this, like a fidget toy. And it is so satisfying, right? You can hear this from the mic picking up right now. The clicking is so satisfying. But yeah, once you start doing it, it becomes like an addiction. It's really fun to do. According to the website, it's a way to release stress or relief stress, and it's also supposed to be fun. So in that aspect, I do think PunCube did really well there. My issue with this is I don't know how long this thing will last. You see I'm doing the shaking motion? Cards are coming out. That's a big problem because it's loose. This is not an unnatural motion for me because when you're walking in your pocket, it will swing around. I've probably not this dramatic to the point where I'm shaking it like this and it opens up, but a slight shift here and it pops open to this point where the cards do slide out. And that is a major concern for me because I've had multiple times where I've had this on my phone and then I pull out my phone and the cards are half or not half out, but sliding out already, and the mechanism is pulling out. So I am concerned about the longevity, about how long this thing could possibly last. And as far as I know, there's no lock on here. There's no button, or at least in instructions and on the website, I don't see any buttons. And even if there was a button that's hypothetically could lock this, where the mechanism wouldn't open, it is a little bit cumbersome to press a button every single time to slide this. So while it is really fun and it is somewhat of a fidget toy, I don't know if that aspect is actually good for the health of this, because it's not holding the cards in cleanly anymore. You can hear how loose this feels, right? I'm just literally doing that with one hand, and you don't want that with your wallet. These are supposed to be secure. Watch, I can actually do this, and the cards will come out. So that's a major problem for me right there. Now, PunCube does say that this only holds up to 6 flat cards, and if you have embossed cards, it's only 5 of them embossed cards. Embossed cards or embossed cards? Whatever, however you say that, the thicker cards. If you mix and match, you kind of have to figure out what your limit is, because I have jammed it testing this thing out, and it does get stuck in there. You do have to find a way to pry it out. But regardless, my sweet spot is I have 6 regular cards in here, including my ID, and also 2 key cards for my electric cars, which really nice to have a key card and not physical keys. So for my usage, I do wish I could hold more, because I'm not carrying, like, say, my insurance cards, health insurance cards and stuff like that, and also my my driving insurance cards, my car insurance cards, which I normally carry on different wallet. So you do have to pick and choose, because it is very limited about what you can carry here. Now, in terms of this Magsafe Nano-Gel stick, it actually is really nice. It's very solid. This thing is not going anywhere. So the actual magnetic pull is really strong here. So I do appreciate how great of a magnetic pull here. It is very important you don't drop your wallet, and it does take some force to get this thing off it. So the Magsafe is terrific on this. Now, this is a true RFID wallet, meaning it is 100% RFID blocking. So that's great, because that means that people can't walk by and kind of intercept your signal and scan your cards. So this houses a protection for that, which is a must-have nowadays in our mobile payment-dominated world. And lastly, I do want to say that it is a really thin-feeling wallet. It is crafted from this, once again, premium aerospace grade metal. They always say that, but it's a 0.02 millimeter CNC precision, and it takes some engineering for this. So I do really appreciate just how smooth and how thin this ultimately is. The only thing, once again, is it's a little loose already, and I don't remember if it came like this or if it was just wear over time. But like I said, I've only had this for a little more than a month, and I remember it doing this looseness more than I remember it ever being tight. I don't even remember it being tight. So I've spent more time with it being loose than it was tight. So that is a major concern. I don't know if it's just from my unit here that I'm reviewing, or if it's all of them, or if it's a design issue. I'm interested to see if people have had this. Let me know in the comments below if yours is loose like mine, or if it's just my unit. Once again, I'm Alex from the Hypnotics. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you once again for PunCube to send us this to review. I will see you guys in the next video, though.